Alright guys, this is Mithril back in at BL4 doing another legendary item guide video, and today the item that we are checking out is the Roach. So if you guys want to know where to get the Roach, you have to come here to Carcadia Burn, to this location right here. There we go, like right here where my mouse is. And then you have to go here to this abandoned auger mine, the embossed fault. Now the quickest way of getting here is by going to this silo right here, the Rustical Hurl, and you're actually able to jump here to like the grapple, and then at like the right height you can double jump and make it over this ledge, and then just make your way into the auger mine. Then all you have to do is make your way through, and the boss that we are farming today is the Skull Orchid. So of course you have to do it at least once, and then after that the Skull Orchid, you know, will be farmable because Moxie's big encore machine is there, and I messed up my entire lines. Yeah, so make sure you guys activate it, otherwise the boss will not spawn, and then you should be able to kill the boss fairly quickly. Can you stop jumping? That is messing me up so much. I'm actually surprised you're not dead. Probably because you were jumping twice in a row like that. And it looks like we did not get it. Okay. Luckily enough, I already have one. Okay, yeah, this is all the same stuff. I wonder why. I feel like I should have been doing more damage. But anyways, the Roach is a legendary pistol by Torg, as you guys can see. And then, as you guys can see, its skin is pretty much just like shades of brown, which is very Roach-like, I guess. Okay, so here are the primary stats of the one that I have. The secondary stats. Now, mine did spawn in a non-elemental, but this weapon can spawn in everything, that being kinetic, which is non-elemental, fire, shock, corrosive, cryo, and radiation. Then, its unique ability is Flesh Eaters. Oof. Shoot eggs that hatch flying roaches when attached to flesh, living or dead. Oof. Gross. Then its red text is, he was the raddest roach. Pretty sure that's a Fallout reference. Rad Roach, raddest roach. Pretty sure that's what that's for. But that's gross. Living or dead. That is an interesting wording right there. So let's see here. Dead. But I didn't see anything. Curious to see how that's gonna work. Also, look at the reload. The reload's pretty cool. It like gets smaller, and then you hit it, and then it becomes large again. So yeah, let us test it out now on some bad guys. All right, now that I'm here on UVHM5, let us test it out how it does, because I'm curious to see how it's gonna do. Okay, so there are the, you know, the flying roaches. And it actually looked like it did pretty well. Maybe not, maybe not. Yeah, I don't have any parts on this, which is kind of a shame. I am not a big fan of that sight, by the way, either. But it's seems like the more you shoot them, the more damage it does, maybe, or something. Or maybe it's just the roaches that are exploding that's doing all the damage. Not really the greatest on vile enemies. Yeah, not really the greatest on these guys. Get rid of that guy. Yeah, a lot of the damage comes from the roaches like actually exploding on them. Okay. At least that's, you know, what it looks like they're doing. That, or they're actually like burrowing back into their flesh, but I'm pretty sure it's them exploding. Although it seems that they can hit other objects and then explode. Or no, that guy actually hit that and died. Okay, this guy's dead. So the living or dead part doesn't seem to be working. Okay, yeah, so the primary hit that you actually do on these guys doesn't really actually do that much damage. A lot of it comes from the roaches themselves. Yeah, if those roaches hit, it actually does a lot of damage, but if they don't hit, you're basically doing like nothing. Yeah, you definitely want the roaches to hit. So maybe like a Jacob's part. I know a lot of weapons obviously get better with a Jacob's part. But it looks like you definitely want a Jacob's part for sure. Just get rid of that guy. Yeah, just a ton of damage comes from the roaches. So if the roaches aren't hitting, it's not that good. But if they do hit, it's not bad. Yeah, it's just, if you're in a tight area, I would probably not use this weapon. You definitely have to be out in the open. Otherwise, the roaches just hit an object and die, which is no good. Yeah, it's kind of like situational. If you're in a tight spot, I would probably not use this at like all, because the roaches are just going to be hitting the walls or the floor or whatever. But if you're out in the open, it's not bad, but in my, my personal opinion, I'd probably not use it at all. But I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of the effect. But yeah, there you guys go. That was today's video on the Roach. So if you guys enjoyed today's video on the Roach, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe because it'll help out my channel. And because I will appreciate it like always. And then I do hope to see you guys next time. Away!